Hello, my friends. Hope you are all doing well. I need to double check and make sure that the screen is okay. I definitely need a new phone holder. So, looks like I'm okay. I apologize if you see stuff off to the right-hand side here. For whatever reason, my holder, my Archon stand, is not like a top-heavy phone. So I apologize if you see stuff off here to the right-hand side. But we are going to go ahead and get started. Happy Tuesday, my friends. Today is Tuesday, April 22nd. And if you are watching live right here on Facebook, it is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And welcome back to another episode of Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. For those of you that happen to be new to my page, welcome in and welcome to Cards by TLC. This week, Jenny and I are going back to one final task from our 2024-2025 annual catalog before we say goodbye to it in May. Hello, Kelly. Welcome in. We are doing one last final sketch from the sketches that are on page 22. There's 22 different sketch layouts. I absolutely loved this, working on this. This is fantastic if you get in that creative rut. So I will definitely, I always like to hang on to my previous catalogs just for this purpose. But I am I'm going to start something new next month. And I think it's going to be like a template Thursday with Tammy. So stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and pull that out. And we are going to be using the floral. Let's go ahead and look at the project first and foremost. Hello, Joan. Welcome in. So here is our layout, and it was from sketch 11. So I used the Florals and Bloom. This is a sneak peek of some new designer paper. I absolutely love this. We're using the Florals and Bloom designer paper today. We are also, a couple of weeks ago, I did a live and introduced my card candy bowl. So if you're not quite sure what card candy is, it's kind of like elements that you use on projects. Well, I have a sentiment card candy bowl that I absolutely love. And we have an upcoming bundle that is perfect for it. It is called More Messages. And we have had other bundles that looked very similar to this. The same concept. There's one stamp set and there is one die. And I absolutely love this. What I love about this one is it gives a little bit more room in between the sentiments. So it has a more even cutting out. The last one, they had so many sentiments that I felt like it felt squished, in my opinion. But this is fantastic. So this will be available on May 6th in the new catalog. Or if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator, it is on the pre-order as well as this designer paper. So let's go ahead and get started. I absolutely love this. So because this stamp set is so large, it's one stamp. Let me pull this out. You definitely want some sort of stamp positioning tool, in my opinion. Now, we do also offer the large F block. Let me go ahead and kind of do it like this way so it's not such a glare. A large F block that covers this. My problem is I have problems gripping with this. So you can either lay this flat, lay the cardstock on top of it, and then take a piece of scrap paper and put that over the top of it. Or you can use any stamp positioning tool. I just happen to have my Stamparatus still. I absolutely love this. So what I did was I took a 5x6 panel piece that fits everything. So a 5x6 panel fits that. I laid that down. I added some of the Secret C, another sneak peek of one of the new in colors. And I stamped that out. And this, my friends, gives you a good solid image. It took maybe 1 or 2 passes because it's been a while since I've used my Stamparatus. And I wanted a good coverage. So what you do now is you take this die and we lay this down flat just like so. And see what I mean by it gives a lot of room in between. So that lays perfectly on there. And I am going to take a Post-it tape. I know, it's one big solid stamp. Isn't that cool, Kelly? It's a cling red rubber stamp. So you get all of these sentiments in one pass. And you can create your own card candy bowl. So I'm just going to lay that down like so. And I think I'm going to do one more over here so I truly want it to lay in place. I am going to turn to the side here really quick and die cut that out. And I'm going to do it slow because I need new plates. Definitely need some new plates. These plates are worn out. And I'm just going to die cut that out. And we are going to have all these sentiments all cut out in one pass through. Look at that. Perfect. And now you can create your own card bowl. And these are all ready to go. And what I loved about this color, this in color, the Secret C, it's a great black. But it almost pulls in the blues too. So it's like a cross between Night of Navy and basic black. But when you pull that through, it almost looks like it's a dark, dark blue. Absolutely love that. So now you have all of these amazing sentiments here ready to go. And you have more sentiments for your candy bowl. I'm going to leave actually these kind of up here off to the side because I'm going to do 2 cards with you today. I'm going to do this one in the same layout, but we're going to change up the paper. You need a card candy bowl. Isn't it fun? And it's so perfect to have, like, just do a bunch of layouts, do a bunch of backgrounds. I believe I did some ink blending on one of my backgrounds. And you have all these great sentiments that are ready to go for just that perfect occasion. Okay, let's go ahead and pull in our pieces. So our pieces are, we have our top folding card base. What did I do with my, here it is. We have our top folding card base in Petunia Pop, and this piece is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Crease that edge. And then we have our basic white panel piece for the inside. And then our front panel piece, we have cut at 3 1/2 by 5. And that gives us a nice little border all the way around. So that is what our pieces of our designer paper are going to lay on. So let me go ahead and pull that aside. We also have a 2 1/2 by 6 inch piece of cardstock to decorate our envelope. And then we have a 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip piece of designer paper to go on the inside panel piece. So let's go ahead and cut our designer paper. And I am using this pattern right here that it's got the nice purples in it, but I kind of want to look at this. I have a couple of 3-inch strips. You want to start off with a 3-inch by 4 3/4 inch piece of designer paper. So 3-inch by 4 3/4, but I kind of want to see where I want to do this. I think I'm going to do it on this one. And I'm going to take my 3-inch, I'm going to start off by cutting that down to 4 3/4. So our starting piece is 3 by 4 3/4. Then I'm going to cut that right in half at 1 1/2. And then I am going to be cutting that down to 3 inches. And that leaves me with a 1 1/2 by 1 3/4 inch piece right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing, cut this at 3 inches. And I'm going to reverse this and do like so. And that is ultimately the layout that we are doing. Let me put it on the gray panel piece. That's probably easier to see. And sometimes I like to kind of flip this around, see if I like this way better. I almost like that way better. No, we'll go ahead and do that because that's like the continuation of the flower. Let's go ahead and go with that layout. So I have a 3 1/2 by 5 inch piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to lay these pieces down just like so because I want them visually on there before I start my gluing. And I want to evenly set these down just like that. Just like that. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, I'm gonna bring this in and just start gluing these panels down. I would highly, highly recommend using your liquid Tombow glue just to allow that wiggle room and that extra coverage. Just like so. And then you can make a bunch of these panel pieces up and don't put a sentiment on them. Just have the card fronts ready to go. And when you need that specific card, you have all these sentiments that are perfectly ready to go. Just gonna kind of make sure that my edging over here, pull that all the way over, leaving that nice little border on the edge. It does give a little bit more of a gap on the inside. You can add another layer or make your pieces just a little bit bigger if you would like, a little bit wider. But I think that this looks really nice. Oops, come on, don't move, don't move. With the sentiment right there in the center. And then I liked this one, You're Absolutely the Best, because it kind of goes with the layout that it has that strip here. Let me pull in really quick. Let me show you this sketch one more time. It's this sketch right here. So you have your little sentiment right there. You can go higher. You can go in the middle, you can go further down, whichever you would like to go. You have your sentiment ready to go. So let's go ahead and adhere this to the front. Just like so. And then I am going to come in and bring in some twine. We'll see. Oh, we got to do the inside piece. Let's go ahead and do the inside panel piece. Usually we do that first and get that out of the way. Again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then our strip is a 1/2 inch strip by 4. Okay. There's our inside piece, all nice and pretty and ready to go. And then I am going to take that twine and some adhesive and put that on the back of my, oh, stop, let go. Let's go ahead, and what I like to do, pulling it right off of the spool, is kind of tugging out that, and it flattens it out a little bit. I'm going to wrap a couple of strands around my hand here. Then I'm going to come in, flip that around like so. Kind of bring this one back up here. Come on, let go. Sometimes when you use that extra adhesive, it doesn't want to play nicely. And then I'm going to come in just like that, right there in the smack dab center. And then I'm going to kind of pull these apart a little bit. There we go. And then I am finishing it up with another sneak peek. These are the holographic raisin dots. These are brand new. And I came in and I wanted to add some color. So I came in with my dark berry burst and I went ahead and colored them. And we are going to, that is the beauty of, especially ones that are clear or iridescent, you can take our blends, and because they're alcohol based, it dries really quickly, and you can color coordinate along with the project that you're doing. And there we have the first one. Let's go ahead and do our envelope really quick. And then we will do another color. I have another fun color combo that I want to try and get your guys' opinion on. So I'm going to come in with some liquid glue. Add some glue to the flap. Come in with my 2.5 by 6 inch piece of designer paper, and I'm going to lay that flat just like so. Fold that up, and it, come on, let go. That's why I use liquid glue. Butt that up with the edge of my envelope, so when I close it, it's all the way to the top. Thank you, Patty, for that tip. I love that tip, and I use it every single time. I'm going to use a smaller pair of snips. Let me grab a smaller pair of snips. And trim that excess off. And we have a nice matchy with our envelope. Isn't that cute? I love decorating my envelopes. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our second project. I thought, because we have so many amazing papers of this, but I thought that originally I thought of doing this one, but I have done a project with this before. I haven't played with this pattern yet, and I thought it would be fun to bring in one of the new in colors. So here's where you guys get to decide. We have it with cloud cover. There's cloud cover. We have it with Secret Sea, which originally I thought it brought in the nice blues, but I never use orange card bases, so I don't know if you guys like this one with the Timid Tiger. So I'm going to let, for those of you that are in the chat, Timid Tiger, Secret Sea, or cloud cover. I like the softness of cloud cover. So, cloud cover, Secret Sea, or Timid Tiger. I know that there's a delay. Well, hello from Sweden. Welcome in. Jonah's saying Secret Sea. So I have 1 vote for Secret Sea, 1 vote for Timid Tiger. Okay, 1 vote, 1 of each so far. Mind you, we are going to definitely be using the Secret Sea. I know. You can go with any one of these. You know I'm a blue girl, but since I don't typically do, you guessed cloud, yeah, of course. So so I typically don't do like orange card bases unless it's like around Halloweenish. So since it's bright and springtime, let's go ahead and do Timid Tiger, and it will definitely still blend. It'll make that Secret Sea pop. So funny because typically, you know me, I would go with my blues. So I'm gonna be the deciding vote and go with Timid Tiger because it's a color I don't typically do. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone and seeing how that works. So we're gonna do 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. And we have our designer paper. So let's go ahead and cut our 2.5 inch strip. This is already cut at 6. Let's already cut our 2.5 by 6 inch strip for our envelope. And then a 1/2 inch strip by 4 for our inside panel. And then, what did I say? Our 3 by 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 by 3. And I'm about ready to lose my cutting blade. Hold on. Bear with me. Come on. Okay. By 3. Sorry guys, I almost lost my cutting blade there. Now, I think I will do this one, because this one almost looks like it'll cut evenly in half really nicely. Okay. But, hold up, this has more orange in it. Okay, I'm going to cut both, and we're going to see which one looks good. So we're going to cut that right in half at 1.5. Okay, I think I'm going to go with that one. And that one. Okay. And then we're going to cut that down to 3, leaving this 3 or 1.5 by 3, and that leaves us our extra piece of 1.5 by 1 3/4. Cut that down to 3 inches, and it's going to do the opposite here, just like so. And we will start building our panel pieces. So let's start with our inside panel. Oh, yum! Coconut cake sounds delicious, Debbie. Welcome in. Glad you can join us. I love coconut. Okay. There is our inside panel, and then our front panel. Let's go ahead and edit here our pieces. And again, this piece is 3.5 by 5. Okay. Again, you want to use some liquid glue for sure. At least for me. That is my preference when I'm doing layers like this. Just to allow that wiggle room. But use whatever adhesive you feel most comfortable with. This paper is so pretty. This paper is so pretty, and I'm telling you, I want to know if you guys are going to start your candy bowl now. If I've encouraged you to create your candy bowl. Because these sentiments are fabulous. Let's see here. Which sentiment are we going to do? Since we did You're Absolutely the Best on that one. We have, oh, Forever. Oh, I like that one. I like Forever Friends. I like the bigger ones on this layout. So we have Forever Friends or You're Simply Incredible. Or Always Here For You. I like the bigger ones on this particular layout. Okay, here you guys go again. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Claire. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you watching me today. I hope you're having a good time with your grandma. Okay, always here for you. Simply Incredible or Forever Friends. Mind you, we are going to put twine on them, so whatever you guys decide. I'm going to bring this down. 1, 2, or 3. And I know that there is a delay. Oh, I would love that. I would love that, Debbie. Thank you. So Mary says 3, Forever Friends. We have a vote for Forever Friends. I don't want to keep you guys here too long, I think. Claire says, always here for you. Well, you know what? Since Claire is our special 10-year-old guest, I'm going to go ahead and go with Claire's choice. Always here for you. And we've got plenty of other papers that we can do and create a whole bunch. So we are going to do what our special guest, Claire, says. Okay, we're going to add some adhesive to that. I'm going to wrap that around a couple of times. Flip that around. Add that right there. And then I am going to bring in, since we don't have the blends for this particular one yet, let's go ahead and maybe color some pumpkin pie. I think that will blend really nicely. Oh, thank you, Rosalie. I'm so glad you can join us. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Okay. And then, see what I mean? We have our nice little matchy-matchy of our embellishments. And there we have it, my friends. Oh, we got to do our envelope really quick. Hold on, hold up. Got to do the envelope. Got to matchy-matchy. Okay. Come on. There we have our matching envelope. Let's go ahead and trim that excess off. And I love these sentiments. These are fantastic. Again, they're fantastic to create your own candy bowl. I would love to know in the chat if I've encouraged you to create your own candy bowl. And again, that is from the More Messages bundle. These are fantastic sentiments. One stamp, one die, one pass through, and you have all these amazing sentiments ready to go for your candy bowl. Thank you, Claire. Thank you for joining me. Isn't that so smart? Okay. Well, that is it for me today. Hold on just one second. Now, be sure to come back to Jenny's stamping page at Stampin' with Jen. That's 2 N's in Stampin' and 2 N's with Jen at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to see her sketch. It's fantastic. I have already seen it. But next week, we are bringing back our scrapbooking trio with our special guest, Patty Bennett. We are doing the Wildflower Birthday scrapbooking kit. Patty is doing layout 1. I am doing layout 2, and Jenny is doing layout 3. So please be sure to join us next Tuesday. Patty is at 9 a.m. And I will definitely, if you're not sure what Patty's Facebook page, it's Patty Bennett, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You're currently at Cards by TLC, and Jenny is at Stampin' with Jen. So please be sure to join us next Tuesday. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope you guys make a candy bowl. If you do, tag me in it. Take a picture of your candy bowl and tag me in it. Again, I'm at Cards by TLC on all social medias. All of these projects, the sizes and dimensions and links to Jenny's video will be on my blog tomorrow at cardsbytlc.com. So please be sure to head on over there. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And until next time, have some more creative fun. Bye.